Now, it was once seen as a massive white elephant. The South Yorkshire SuperTram has become an icon of the city since then. And on Thursday, it'll celebrate 30 years of operation. Now, I've been out and about looking back over the last 30 years and looking forwards to see what the future holds for the network. On a cold and wet night in October 1960, Sheffield thought that it had said goodbye to its last tram. But on the 21st of March 1994, 30 years ago on Thursday, they returned with a vengeance. Sheffield was the last English city to abandon their trams and the second to bring them back in the form of the South Yorkshire SuperTram. And it was at 6 o'clock in the morning on the 21st of March 1994 that the first passenger tram service on the streets of Sheffield since October 1960 set off from that platform right there, whisking passengers on phase one of the network all the way to Meadowhall. Although it's fair to say it's not all been plain sailing since then. The building of the system caused huge upheaval and it cost £241 million, which is almost £500 million in today's money. Passengers were hardly forthcoming either, with only 2.2 million recorded journeys taking place in its first year. It was expected to be 20 million. Although it's fair to say those days are well behind the system now. Rather than becoming the white elephant people expected, it's become an icon of the city. But SuperTram now stands at a crossroads. On the day it turns 30, a name that has adorned the side of the trams since 1997, Stagecoach, will disappear, and once again the system will be run by the local authority to take the system into its future. A future that clearly has potential to see vast network expansions, something South Yorkshire has been starved of other than the tram train extension to Rotherham, which opened in 2018.
We're focused on working with the Mayoral Combined Authority and our partners in central government on a plan to reopen disused rail lines. And there's two that we're working on at the moment. One is the line that you've mentioned, which goes from the old Sheffield Victoria station out to Stocksbridge in the northwest, and then another from Sheffield Victoria through southeast Sheffield through northeast Derbyshire into Chesterfield. Lots of people are commuting in to Sheffield from Stocksbridge and from Chesterfield, northeast Derbyshire.
And it's not just extensions being talked about. Other additions to the network are being mentioned. On Thursday, it was announced that there will be a new tram train stop behind the Magna Centre at Templeborough. Network Rail and Simca, the local mayoral authority, say that they hope that 200,000 people will use the stop at Templeborough every year. But it's fair to say we've heard it all before. 20 years ago there were proposed extensions to Ranmore and Broom Hill which never came to fruition, and with the public purse strings tighter than ever, who knows if we'll see anything this time. And what about the new company? What changes will passengers see? Well, other than the appearance of a new logo, a new app, and the announcement that some fares will have a 10% discount for the first 100 days of operation, there really isn't much. So while the system's future remains unclear, one thing we can be certain of is that Sheffield's streets would not be the same without that distinctive bell. Sam Eyre, Just News, back to the studio.